Hey guys, Michael Bodner here, Tesla Tunity. Got my friend Rafael here, Tesla Tino. And we're gonna compare this car here in the middle, Model 3 Performance, to our Model 3 long range cars.
And then we're gonna do some 0 to 60 runs to see how they compare.
All right, check it out.
Let's do it.
In the back, you can see we have the Model 3 long range with the 19-inch sport wheels. In the middle, we have the Model 3 Performance with the 20-inch performance wheels. And closest, we have the Model 3 long range with the 18-inch aero wheel. In each case, we found the rolling diameter to be 26 inches, consistent across all three cars. The wheel gap on the two long range vehicles was 2.5 inches. And on the performance car, we found that the car was half an inch lower with a wheel gap of 2 inches.
Ready?
Yep.
1, 2, 3.
With a 93% state of charge, we set out to measure the acceleration, 0 to 60, as well as the braking, 60 back down to 0. We used a Draggy device to get these readings, and if you're interested to find out more information about it, or if you'd like to pick one up, you can check the description below and I'll have a link right to it. For 0 to 60, we were quite impressed given the wet conditions, 3.77 seconds, and you can see the breakout on the screen in increments of 10 miles per hour how we got there. On the braking side, we were maybe a little bit disappointed. Again, wet conditions, so I'm not sure what we should have been expecting, but it did take us 3.42 seconds to get back from 60 to 0 and just over 151 feet. All right, guys, well, we're coming to an end here. We've got to give the car back. I wish we didn't. We had some fun. Hope you enjoyed it. Want to take a moment to sit here and talk with Rafael and share our impressions. Obviously, the video contains the hard numbers, shows the measurements, the 0 to 60, 60 to 0. But now we're sitting in the car, we're driving it on the highway. Rafael, how do you feel about the car? How does it make you feel beyond the numbers?
Well, first of all, the interior, these seats are, I don't want to say that they're better. They're different. They're different, definitely different. There's more softness to them. I feel like they're softer than ours. Yeah, I'm trying to be as descriptive as possible. Not only do they feel softer, but they're also a little more cushy, I think. You know, you kind of sink into these seats a little bit more. I feel like that. Yeah, they almost feel a little bit like the memory foam on very expensive mattresses. A little bit like that, where ours, they feel more like...
A little more firm, right?
Yeah, they're like sturdier.
And I don't want to say one's better than the other. I love mine.
Oh, yeah.
And I love these too. Mm-hmm. So I don't have a bad thing to say about either. The inserts in the door, they're definitely the seat material, although they feel firmer. So they obviously don't have the foam in the door. And the dash material, you know, I'm touching it, trying to figure out what it is. I don't know if it's a plastic or a metal.
It feels like aluminum.
Right, it feels like aluminum, and also,
it's cold to the touch.
That's what I was going to say, it's cold to the touch. I don't think it's plastic.
Right.
I've heard on earlier reviews people thinking it's plastic, and it could be. I mean, obviously, we don't know for sure. But
if it's plastic, it sure feels like it's aluminum because, I mean, it's cold. It's really cold to the touch.
Yeah.
And then I was going to point out that this is actually, so they got rid of the Alcantara.
Right. Yeah, no Alcantara in this car at all.
Yep. It's more of a soft touch material on the doors.
I like the Alcantara. I don't see any issue with this. I like this too. Otherwise, the interior is identical to the first production, as well as the standard dual motor cars that are out. You've got the gray headliner, the gloss black trim in the center, so everything else is the same. Any other takeaways? Any other impressions from what we saw?
Well, I have to talk about the speed. This
car's fast?
This car's fast.
Oh.
It's fast and it's quick. Right?
Killer combo.
Oh my goodness. Yes.
It's fast and it just keeps getting faster.
Yeah, it's not like, so our cars are pretty quick.
Yeah.
I mean, for the price, you can't really ask for more.
Yeah.
But this car is, I want to say, almost ludicrous. Not quite there.
Yeah.
But for the thing is that this car is lighter also. So even if it's not doing those times, it feels quick. It feels
really quick.
Yeah, I mean, my brain can't calculate 0 to 60, and we saw 3.7. We had some wet road that we did it in, but the feeling of being thrown back in the seat, and what I found to be really amazing, I did a couple runs first, and yeah, it's fast. Then I hop over to the passenger seat, and Rafael did a couple runs. It's a whole different experience being a passenger versus being a driver. Violent is a term that comes to mind. I mean, you're just kind of hanging on for dear life in the passenger seat, in a fun, good way, like a roller coaster ride, but you're hanging on nonetheless, and it's really just a blast to drive.
And I'm gonna tell you this: if I had a chance to convert my car to this interior color, it's awesome. It's beautiful. It feels right. I don't think it's gonna be that hard to keep it clean because you can spray it with something.
Yeah, we've seen videos. I know, like, Tesla's got one where they throw ketchup on the seats, I think coffee. So obviously they're easy to clean. They're just going to show dirt. So in between cleanings, obviously you're going to see some things. I remember on my first test drive in the video, someone mentioned to me, I don't know if it was in a comment on the video, but someone said, oh, look, the seats are already dirty. And I went back and I looked at the video and I realized the seat wasn't dirty. What it was is there was some water on the glass roof, and it cast a shadow and it made the seat look like it's dirty. So because the seats are light, they're obviously going to show everything, whether it's on the glass or it's actually on the seat. All we know is they clean real easily, and obviously this isn't our car, so we weren't going to start staining the seats and testing it out. But
Trevor has the Model X with the white seats.
Yeah, we'll call out Trevor. It's his turn to throw some dirt on his seats and show us how they clean up.
Yeah, I mean, everything else, it's a great ride. I actually like the way it felt sitting on the back.
Oh.
Yeah, the height, I don't know if they changed the way they did it on the
I think the rear seats changed since we got ours.
Yes, they
There's
did.
Definitely a change in the
after
seats.
VIN number 14,000, I think it was.
There you go.
Yeah, the seats actually sit higher, so there's more leg room.
And your knees aren't up in your
Exactly.
chest in the back seat.
Exactly.
I wouldn't know. I've got 2 car seats in the back.
Oh yeah, that's
I've never sat in the back seat in my car.
Yeah, but I mean, it's really cool. I mean, I can't stop looking at this interior. It looks so beautiful. It's really awesing.
And he hasn't taken his sunglasses off because the seats are so bright.
Yeah, they just like they hurt my eyes when I look at them. So keeping it nice. So yeah, I mean, everything else.
Tell me how you feel. So you've got the 18s. I've got the 19s. This car has the 20s. Somehow I feel like when we're not pushing the car, just cruising, this car feels more comfortable than our cars.
It does
right?
a little bit. I like the way my car feels in terms of with the bumps on the road. I guess because I have thicker tires.
Yeah.
Right. Because it's a bigger, lower profile. Actually, higher profile on the tire. Right.
The bigger sidewall absorbs some more of the shock on
exactly.
the road.
But I was surprised. I thought this car, being 20-inch wheels, was gonna feel that everything was gonna be rough. No, it feels just right. I think they did some tuning on this suspension as well.
It's got to be. The tires are definitely thinner. We saw the measurements earlier in the video. Clearly, the cars are all have the same rolling diameter, so we know that the sidewall on the tire is thinner, bigger rim, of course, but car sits about half an inch lower. I think we had heard it's an inch lower, but from our measurements, it sits about half an inch lower. And but there's definitely some tuning to the suspension that it's comfortable when it needs to be, and when you're pushing the car, it handles it just right.
Yeah, and while we were driving outside the location where we were, there was some twisty roads, like some twisty turns, and I was going slow. I wasn't really going fast, but I was forcing it a little just to see how the suspension moved, and it just hugs the road, really. I mean, I can't wait to put my hands on this car on the racetrack. That's what I want to do.
In dry conditions.
In dry condition. That's the other thing. I mean, we pulled 3.7 seconds on puddles.
Yeah.
We were literally taking off in puddles. I mean, it was wet road. The car was braking like a champ. I mean, it took about 3 seconds to stop from 60.
Yeah, it did.
Being wet.
We thought the braking would do a little bit better. I mean, we were a little surprised, but we had done a couple runs, and again, as Rafael said, the road was wet, so I'm not sure what we should have really expected, but maybe we did expect a little bit more in the braking. But yeah, I mean, I don't know what else to say. I mean, just, if the question comes up, here, I'll ask Rafael the question that comes up. So you've got your rear-wheel drive Model 3 for a couple months. Bam, performance car's there. You got some seat time. Do you think it's worth the upgrade? I estimate for anyone who wants to make the jump, they're probably spending between $25,000 to $30,000 to sell their car, take a small loss, and the upgrade costing the equivalent car. So do you think this car is worth $25,000 to $30,000 more than our cars?
That's a tough one. That's a tough one.
Put you on the spot.
Yeah, well, I'm a speed junkie. I used to race, so I would almost give anything to have this car instead of the other one for that reason. But on the other side, it's my daily driver. I don't need the speed on the road.
Yeah.
So I'm happy with the car I have. I really don't want to get rid of it. What I do want to do is keep my car and get the performance version.
There you go.
That's what I want.
It's not worth the $25,000 to $30,000 upgrade price, but Rafael says it's worth $75,000.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I mean, if I answer the same question, I would love to have this car. My daily commute on the highway is 30 miles, and average speeds are pretty low. Maybe the car averages 40 miles an hour between the stop and go and finally getting the drive. For me, it's not worth the extra price. But overall, if I look at it and I say, wow, this car loaded is cheaper or right at the starting price of the Model S. Obviously, two different buyers. But I mean, this car, it is tough to not consider this car if it's in your price range. I don't know what car could touch this car or stand up to it, really.
I don't think, like, I'm pretty sure that you take this car to the track and it's going to do some harm, some real damage to some other cars. It's going to break some spirits.
Yeah. Oh, and we should note that track mode was not available to us, and certainly want to mention that, you know, all the roads we were on, we were well within our rights and didn't do anything illegal or put anyone in harm. But we had some fun making this video for you guys.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a safe environment. We had fun with the car. I wish we had the car for a few days instead of just one day.
Yeah.
But that's probably gonna happen soon.
Yeah,
right?
we're about 5 minutes away from giving the car back. So parting shots, I want to give Rafael a chance to boost up his channel. So tell everyone where they can find you.
Yeah, so my name is Rafael Santoni, and I'm that also on Twitter, Rafael Santoni. But I'm trying to move everything to Tesla Tino, which is my new Twitter handle.
I love the name, by the way.
Oh, thanks. I figured, you know, the guy speaks Spanish, the guy is Latino, so all things Tesla, there we go. So we also have the YouTube channel that has been totally informal, but if you guys want to subscribe, I'm on YouTube. Search for Teslatino in YouTube, or go straight from my Teslatino Twitter account. There's a link to it, and either you can use my referral code or Michael's referral code.
We'll share.
Yeah, we'll share it. Why don't you guys use his first, and then you switch over to mine, and we'll stagger them like
we'll
that.
take turns, yeah. And I'll make sure in the description below is the links for Rafael's Twitter as well as YouTube. Definitely find him on Teslatino so you can keep sense of his Tesla stuff versus his non-Tesla stuff. That was a move that I made a little while ago as well. Just to, I know you guys didn't want to see me talking about hockey games, so tried to separate the stuff. But again, it's time to return the car. So we hope you enjoyed, and until next time, we'll see you guys soon.
See you later.
All right, goodbye, everyone.